In today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the silver and even some of the gold that I probably would have never ended up stacking if it weren't for last year. And I'm also going to be doing a VIP Club live stream tonight around 8 p.m. Link in the description if you'd like to join. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver. More specifically, I wanted to talk about the coins, the rounds, and the bars that I probably never would have gotten my hands on if 2020 didn't force me to be less picky. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Don't forget, you only have 4 days left to get yourself. The luck has nothing to do with it. T-shirt and hoodie. It's helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for St. Baldrick's Foundation. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, I wanted to talk about some of the silver coins, rounds, and bars that I picked up over the last just about 365 days. As I'm sure we all know, March of 2020, planet Earth came crashing down and everything stopped and everything got flipped and everything went kind of crazy. The stock market completely collapsed. The spot price of silver came crashing down. Gold came crashing down by a couple $100 as well. Premium skyrocketed. Spot price climbed back up to where it was, and then premium started to come back down, and then spot price really took off, and then the premiums really took off. And everything has been upside down, backwards, inside out for the last 365 days for the most part. And if there's one thing that I learned last year was to be less picky. Not to be too hyper-focused on any specific or particular piece of silver or piece of gold. Pretty much get my hands on whatever the heck I can get my hands on for the lowest possible premium, because premiums were pretty crazy, especially on my favorite piece of silver to stack, the American Silver Eagle. I'm pretty sure we're all aware that these things are going for quite a bit more than generic silver rounds and even maple leafs and Philharmonics and whatnot. So as I'm recording the video, the market is closed, but the spot price of silver right now as I'm recording this weekend is $25.93. You could probably round that up to about $32, maybe $33, because you got to factor in a little bit of a premium. But I wanted to talk about some of the pieces of silver that I probably never in my life would have picked up if 2020 didn't force me to be less picky. So on screen right here, we can see I have a little bit of everything. I mean, not exactly, but I have a pretty decent selection. I have some generic silver bars over there. I got a bunch of maple leafs on screen. We got the Aztec calendar. We got the silver Kraken. Got a couple different pieces right here. And I have even more to the side that I'll show momentarily. Now, for those of you who do not know, when I first got started stacking the tail end of 2017, I was pretty much exclusively going for generic silver rounds. I thought it was fun to always get completely different designs. I never knew what I was going to get. Sometimes I'd get a repeat, sometimes I'd get a double, a triple, a quadruple. Sometimes I'd get an entire package of the same exact silver round. Sometimes I'd get a bunch of stuff I'd never heard of before. Sometimes I'd get something that I had already seen and I knew that I wanted. It was always fun. It was always a surprise, and that's what I liked about it. Shortly after a couple months of doing that, I realized that the Silver Eagle was probably what I should shift my focus to. So I started stacking almost nothing but Silver Eagles. Occasionally I'd throw in some maple leaves, and from time to time I'd even throw in some random generic silver rounds as well, because once again, they were fun to get. Never knew what it was going to be, so it was fun. But I pretty much stayed hyper-focused on Silver Eagles for pretty much the second half of 2018, which was pretty much during my first full year of stacking, all throughout 2019, and for the first 2 months of 2020, and then sure enough, the third month of 2020 is when everything fell apart. I have not picked up one Silver Eagle since before everything came crashing down. The last time I picked up any Silver Eagles at all, February of 2020. I haven't picked up any Silver Eagles because these right here just so happen to be the most recognizable, the most trusted, most desired, the most sought after 3 9s fine, 1 troy ounce coins on the planet. Everybody loves the Silver Eagle, whether you stack it just because you like the way it looks, or you stack it because it's, I guess you can say, the superior pure silver 1 troy ounce coin. Whatever the case may be, you can't really argue. The Silver Eagle is pretty much the top dog. So that's why I focused so heavily on the Silver Eagle, and then pretty much got cut off. March of 2020, I have not been able to pick up, actually, I had the opportunity to pick up plenty of Silver Eagles for the last year. I was just unwilling to pay the higher premium. And a lot of people said, if you believe the spot price of silver is going to climb over time, what difference does it make paying a higher premium for the piece of silver if the spot price and premium years, decades down the road are going to surpass where it's sitting at today? And I said, well, why convert $40 into one of these things when I can just convert $30, maybe $35 into one of these things? They're both a troy ounce of silver. And that's pretty much what 2020 taught me. It was to be less picky, because at the end of the day, silver is silver if it's just silver. That's what it is. All these coins, all these rounds, all these bars on screen right here, at the end of the day, when it's all melted down, silver, silver. You're not going to look at a melted down Silver Eagle and say, oh, that's a Silver Eagle. That's a whole lot better than a melted silver maple leaf. It doesn't matter. Silver is silver. So 2020 forced me to be less picky, and I had to put my favorite piece of silver to the side. I had to postpone the Silver Eagle stacking, and I focused a little bit more on some 90%. Here's just one of my many, many bags of 90% silver quarters, and this right here, this is pretty much what 2020 forced me to get the most of, and it didn't really force me to get it. I just started to get into 90% shortly before everything came crashing down, and this was the main piece of silver you can get your hands on for the lowest possible premium. So I got plenty of 90% last year, but I also got some other coins, some rounds, some bars, such as the Aztec calendar. I can show this right here. This, I probably never would have gotten. I was familiar with these for a while. I knew that I loved the way that it looked. I knew that I wanted one. I just personally wasn't interested in paying a higher premium for it. Then towards the end of last year, I ended up getting my security deposit given back to me, and it wasn't given to me as cash. It was given to me as a statement credit on one of my credit cards. So I figured, hey, you know what? I could use that to get pretty much a half price Silver Aztec calendar round, a 5-ouncer, if that's what I wanted to do. So that's what I decided to do. And by the way, I took this out of the plastic that it was in. This is my only one. I took it out of the plastic, and I said to myself, I was like, I might just leave it out and about and let it tone a little bit over time, let it get a little bit of tarnish, a little bit of discoloration. And when that was my original idea, a lot of people were saying, make sure you put it in a capsule or you keep it in the plastic, that way it doesn't get tarnished. And my logic was that when I ordered this thing, you can see, it arrived with some scratches. And this was actually the second piece of silver that I ordered from a very specific website that arrived damaged. So I'm not going to be shopping with them anymore, unless it's for 90%, because who cares if 90% scratched up? It's already scratched up. It makes not a bit of a difference to me. But the cool thing about it is you can already tell that it's beginning to tarnish or tone a little bit. I don't know how well you're really going to be able to see. I don't know if the lighting is going to really do it justice. I can absolutely tell. A capsulated Silver Eagle next to this thing right here, you can already tell on the inside it's getting a little tiny bit of discoloration, which again is why I took it out of the plastic in the first place. I thought it would look pretty nice, toned, tarnished, little bit of gray, brown toning, discoloration. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the way tarnished silver looks, especially when it's a piece like this. And since it arrived with some scratches anyway, who cares? I'll just get one in better condition. I'll keep that one in a capsule, potentially. In addition to the Aztec calendar round, which I got towards the end of 2020, earlier in the year, or I guess you can say maybe halfway through the year, I ended up getting myself this Silver Kraken right here, and I also got this Queen's Beast. Now, what's interesting about these two pieces, they're both 2-ounce coins. A 2-ouncer and a 2-ouncer, so 4 ounces in total. And what's cool about those is that I picked them up right before spot price started taking off. I picked these up right before Silver left the teens, potentially for good. That's the last time I saw silver in the teens. So I picked one of them up when spot price was like maybe 18 and change, and the other one I picked up for about 19 and change. And I used a credit card because I got them off of eBay. And this card right here, not to do a credit card plug or anything like that, but it gives you 5% cash back in certain rotating categories, and at the time it was PayPal, which is pretty much every single thing on eBay. And it was my first year with the card, so they matched the cash back. So technically, I got 10% cash back on this, 10% cash back on this, 10% cash back on this 10-ounce silver bar right here, and 10% cash back on a whole bunch of 90% junk constitutional silver coins that I got last year in a 3-month window. Every 3 months, the category changes, so I figured, hey, you know what? Why not make the most of it? Getting 10% cash back by paying with a card ends up being so much cheaper than even paying with a check, so why not? Plus, 2020, that wasn't the time to play around. That was the time to do anything possible to reduce the dollar amount that I'm converting into silver. And by the way, that category is going to be coming up again this year. Again, not to plug the card. If you don't want a credit card, do not apply for it. But if you do want the credit card, or if you're interested, I'll leave the link in the description. You could just go on over to the website and apply for it yourself. But if you apply for it through somebody's referral link and you get approved, you and the person that referred you each get a $50 statement credit. So if you know somebody with the card, use their referral link. If you don't know anyone with the card, you want to apply for the card, you're more than welcome to use mine. Link in the description. In addition to the Queen's Beast and the Kraken, again, right before spot price cracked the $20 mark, and that's when premiums really started to climb, because for the first time in a really long time, silver started making headlines, silver started making the news and whatnot. But I also ended up getting another Queen's Beast, and I did not get 10% cash back. I did not get it when silver was in the teens, but it was this right here. This was the last piece of the puzzle. The Greyhound, released at the very end of last year, 2021, but I think you were able to pre-order them in, I want to say, September, potentially, and I figured, hey, you know what? Why not? If you're pre-ordering a Queen's Beast, you can get it for a pretty fair premium. And then sure enough, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, especially on the Griffin and the Dragon and the really cool looking ones, they carry crazy high premiums. If I wanted to get a Dragon or a Griffin or something like that today, it would run me over $100 just for a little 2 troy ounce piece of silver. So I picked up one of those things, not because I care too much about it appreciating, or at least the premium appreciating, like a collectible coin or anything like that. I just thought it was an interesting coin to pick up, just to really make a video about. And, I figured, you know what? Why not? Sometimes in life you just gotta say screw it. So that's the story behind the Greyhound. Not really all too impressed with the way that it looks. I think could have been a cooler coin, but hey, it is what it is. Again, silver, silver. If this thing were to get melted down, it doesn't really matter what it used to be. It's still a piece of silver. Something else that I wanted to show would have to be my Maple Leaf 25th and 30th anniversary coins. Now, believe it or not, I got the 30th anniversary coin before the 25th. And the only reason I got the 30th was because, number one, I just loved the way that looked. I'm a big fan of the Maple Leaf, and just with the numbers over top like that, I just thought it looked like I just thought it was a really nice design, if I'm going to be honest with you. So I wanted to get one of these. This was dropped in 2018. That was my first year of stacking. So that's when I picked this up. I got it just for fun. Got it because I thought it would be pretty cool. But then, I believe it was last year, I ended up getting a 25th anniversary Maple Leaf by mistake. I had ordered cull Maple Leafs. So Maple Leafs like this, where you don't know what year they're going to be. It could be a 2016, it could be a 2007, it doesn't really matter. They're just random years, and they arrive with some little micro scratches on the face of the coin, some little discoloration, maybe some milk spots or whatever, because it is, after all, Maple Leaf. And I knew that in 2018, they switched up their minting process or procedure, so evidently no more milk spots, and so far so good. I don't think I've seen any 2018, 19, 20, or 21 Canadian Maple Leafs with milk spots, but who knows? I think everything should be fine. But pre-2018, very, very prone to milk spots, and I figured, hey, you know what, why pay a higher premium just to get the 25th anniversary maple leaf if it's going to arrive with milk spots? But lo and behold, I ordered a bunch of cull maple leafs, and one of the culls ended up being a 25th anniversary maple leaf. Now, I guess it's a cull 25th anniversary maple leaf. It is what it is, and I don't know if you can really tell. Yeah, you can tell when I angle like this right over here. You can see some milk spots. If I flip it over, I know everybody loves looking at the queen. Crazy, crazy milk spotting on this side. Again, silver is silver. Milk spotted silver is still silver. Tarnished, discolored, scratched up silver is still silver. It does not matter to me. Anything I can do to break down the premiums is exactly what I'm going to do. And 2020 really pushed me to be less picky, because if 2020 never happened, or if the events that took place in 2020 never happened, I should say, and spot price never came crashing down, and premiums never went through the roof, and then spot price never started climbing up, surpassing the $20 mark, and then the premiums went up even higher, I probably would have spent the entire year of 2020 getting essentially nothing but silver eagles, maybe the occasional silver maple leaf, maybe some 10-ounce silver bars. Now, I will be honest, all I was really interested in getting were sunshine bars. I love sunshine bars. I love the way they look. I love the security feature on the back. Sunshine bars are hands down my favorite silver bars, and the 10-ounce denomination is my favorite size silver bar. So you better believe I love stacking the 10-ounce silver sunshine bars. But 2020 opened up an opportunity, and I was able to get this silver gold bull bar at spot as advertised, although I technically got it below spot. I got 10% of my cash back. So I paid spot, and I got 10% of that returned back to me, which is pretty cool. Thought it was an interesting way of doing things. Again, I did that with the Discover It cashback card. Link in the description if anybody needs a link. So those are just a couple of coins, a couple of rounds, a couple of bars that I probably never would have gotten my hands on. I probably would have went potentially the rest of my life sticking to essentially nothing but silver eagles, silver maples, and 10-ounce sunshine bars. I mean, before 2020 happened, I always told people that my stack is actually relatively boring, because all I have, for the most part, are just tubes upon tubes upon tubes upon tubes of silver eagles. I mean, just nothing but silver eagles. Decent amount of silver maple leafs, some 10-ounce and even some 5-ounce silver sunshine bars, and a little bit of 90%, because it was actually 2019 that got me a little bit more into 90% silver. There's some quarters, some half dollars, and some dimes right there. Before 2020 happened, I remember saying at the beginning of 2019, I said, okay, from here on out, every single time I order some silver online, or every single time I stop at the coin shop to pick up a little bit of silver, I'm going to make it a priority to include at least $1 face value of 90% junk constitutional silver. The reason I decided to do this was mainly for diversification purposes, mainly to have smaller denominations of silver, because these are essentially 1/6 of a troy ounce, 1/3 of a troy ounce, and 1/14 of a troy ounce pieces. I figured if spot price ever did really start to take off, I can use these right here to essentially make change, or to break a troy ounce of silver, if that makes sense. But I wasn't really getting all that much. I was only picking up $1 face value at a time for every order I would place online, or for every stop at the coin shop. How often is that? How often am I picking up silver? Once, twice, maybe 3 times a month on a good month? So, best case scenario, about $3 face value of 90% at a time. Not very much silver, not a whole lot of silver, or a lot of 90% silver, I should say. But then when 2020 happened, pure silver was carrying a much higher premium than 90%. So I figured, who knows how long this is going to last? Who knows how long it's going to be before 90% silver premiums start going up? And sure enough, they did. But I spent a good, I would say, 4, 5, maybe 6 months of ordering almost nothing but 90%, and I was getting bags upon bags of 90% at a time, and it's all thanks to 2020. I know a lot of people, when they think of 2020, myself included, by the way, when we think of 2020, we think of such a disastrous year, and it was, but it forced me outside of my comfort zone. It forced me outside of my tunnel vision and being picky on very specific, particular pieces of silver. And it forced me to get some coins, some rounds, some bars that I probably never would have gotten if it weren't for being forced to be less picky. And not for nothing, but in addition to getting silver coins, rounds, and bars that I probably never would have gotten, if the spot price of silver didn't really start to climb and the premiums on silver really start to climb, I probably wouldn't have started to prioritize getting some more gold. I had some gold to begin with, but I probably wouldn't have said to myself or noticed or had the ability to see that the premiums were much more fair on gold. If spot price and premiums were both super low on silver, I would have said, I'm just going to stick to going all in on silver, and from time to time, maybe every couple of months, I'll pick up a little gold coin, a 10th ounce, quarter ounce potentially. But no, when silver was really difficult to get your hands on, a lot of the websites, a lot of them were saying they were sold out of silver. I'm sure some were actually sold out of silver. I like to give the benefit of the doubt. A lot of people said, no, they're just claiming to be out of silver. I don't know. I don't work there. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't really care. Either way, I can't get any silver out of them, so what difference does it make if they're truly or dishonestly out of silver? So whatever. But point being is that we had a hard time getting our hands on silver for a little bit of time, and I said, hey, you know what? Rather than sitting around complaining about it, rather than whining about the premiums or accusing certain websites of lying, I figured, hey, you know what? It's probably best to stay productive. It's probably best to stay busy. It's probably best to stay active. And so I decided, why not stack some gold in the meantime? Why not stack a little bit of gold while I'm waiting? What's the point of just waiting around for something to happen when it's not even guaranteed that it'll happen? Why wait? Why get nothing done? Why kick back with my feet up? Why complain? That doesn't do anything for me. So I ended up stacking a little bit of gold. And that's not even all my gold, by the way. That's just what I happen to have on me right now. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on today's video topic? Did 2020 force you to be less picky? Did you end up getting some coins, some rounds, some bars that you probably, more than likely, never would have gotten if 2020 didn't force you to be less picky? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic and your thoughts on being less picky when it comes to the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I will be going live tonight around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout-outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial-free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,800, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. And of course, please don't forget, you only have until St. Patrick's Day, only 4 days left to get yourself the luck has nothing to do with it t-shirt and hoodie, only available in the color green, and it's helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for St. Baldrick's Foundation, which is working to help children with cancer, which is obviously a beautiful thing. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, what are your thoughts on today's video topic? Did you end up getting some silver or potentially gold coins, rounds, and bars that you potentially never would have gotten before if 2020 didn't force you to be less picky? If so, what were some of those coins? What were some of those rounds? What were some of those bars? Did you end up getting yourself some silver eagles for a fair premium, which is pretty rare last year? Did you get yourself potentially an Aztec calendar round, the Kraken, maybe some Queen's Beasts? Maybe you got some miscellaneous generic rounds and bars. Maybe you got yourself some gold. Maybe you got yourself the gold kookaburra. Maybe you got yourself the Philharmonic, the Maple Leaf, the Krugerrand, some Libertads. Who knows? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.